Hello, gentles and ladymen. I'm Ulan Gaming. I am joined by Les, which is possibly going to be my next opponent in the tournament. How's it going?
Hello, hello.
And we're doing a public up. We're doing the pup note is out. The August update. Patch notes are here, even if the update itself is not for a little bit. And we're gonna read the hell out of these. I'm super excited. I've been trying to avoid spoilers because everybody's chatting about it in my Discord. I fucking muted the main voice channel.
I've been waiting for this for like 2 months now, and let's get it going.
Oh yeah, it's probably going to be a pretty big update considering it's been a good chunk of time, and this is the first update with a large amount of time between it since the Knights of the Mediterranean has released. So I'm expecting some pretty big changes here.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised they released this update in the middle of the tournament. We've all been speculating that they're going to do it after the Knights of the or Kings of the Old World tournament.
But this is only the pups. They could be still waiting until the end of the tournament to release the update.
Hmm.
And they just want to be here so it's ready to go right when the tournament finishes. But anyways, let's see here. Quick reminder. Yeah, just they have an FAQ, blah, 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 blah. Okay, game stability and crashed. Fix a crash that would occur in the train system, especially after repeatedly loading save games of different maps. Blah, 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 blah. Faster pathfinding algorithm to reduce slowdown in busy games. Sure, sweet, like that. Yeah, let's just skip most of this stuff. It doesn't really matter that much, and it's not why we're here, the game runs smoother, supposedly. All right, UI fixed the Lakota home city night lighting with firelight customization, deducting. I don't know what that means. Age up button refresh more often. Blah 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 blah. It doesn't. None of this stuff matters.
Yeah, let's just go down
Yeah,
and build.
gameplay. Here we go.
There we go.
Fixes. Fix for rescued treasure units unintentionally having extra damage bonus when starting age is set higher to exploration age. What? So if you recruit treasure guardians, or they were having extra multipliers. Oh, I know what this might be referring to. This might be referring to how special units like pikemen, for example, get a ton of extra attack and a multiplier against heroes and villagers when you start in age 2 instead of age 1. Are you familiar with that?
I think I get like an H3 converted Guardian, like from Aztec or from Haudenosaunee.
Right. Well, for example, if you start in age 2 and you make a hospitaller, its base siege will be 80 instead of 45.
I did not know that existed.
Yeah, it's a little odd. Fixed an issue where Mission Fervor didn't correctly apply the research discount to Italian priest shipments. I guess they buffed Mission Fervor. That's kind of funny. It doesn't affect my Inquisition build, which I'm actually planning on making an in-depth guide for eventually.
Oh, that's interesting because I always get mission for bribe, but I didn't realize I applied a discount. That would help out my priest thing a lot.
Well, no, it doesn't apply a discount. Fix an issue where Mission Fervor didn't correctly apply the research discount to it. I don't
Yeah,
think it affects. I don't think it actually cheapens the cost of priests. It just increases their HP and movement speed. So I'm not quite sure what that's referring to.
yeah. What is this?
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure. I'm getting a lot of feedback from Discord. One moment. Let me put streamer mode on because this shit's starting to get annoying. Okay. Streamer mode on. There we go. All right. Royal Huntsmen are no longer able to gather wood after sending the Sawmills card from the home city. Well, that's a weird bug.
That's funny.
That's a really weird bug. Some guy found that and he kept quiet about it for so long. Team Inca bridges can now be sent regardless of the Chasqui build limit. Oh, okay, so that's cool. Yeah, because it did send a Chasqui, so and I know you can't often send those cards when in respect to build limits. That's interesting. Lakota can now upgrade weapon battery towers. Okay, sure. Indian card grazing now correctly affects Berber camel riders. Oh, that's an interesting interaction. I'm still probably never going to send grazing, but like it's an interesting interaction. Do you know what grazing does?
No, I do not.
Uh, by the way, you have like this brudum sound effect whenever you like start speaking. You can just keep yourself off mute so that it doesn't come through.
All right, sure.
But grazing was an Indian card that makes it so that camels give you a food trickle whenever they're idle, and elephants give you a coin trickle whenever they're idle. A really weird card. Not very good because the coin trickle and food trickle sucks, and all of course elephants are just stupid expensive too.
So the Berber camel riders give you like a trickle now? That's interesting.
Yeah, so it makes it so that it's not just Zambaraks and Sours, it's now Berber Camel Riders. I wonder if there's like something there. If you find Berber and you're like, I want to just make like coin trickle central and just go food trickle central and go like all camel or something like that. Of course, the problem is as soon as you use your military, your whole eco is gone.
Yeah.
Somali Oryx hide shields now correctly affects Chinese banner armies. I'm not quite. I'm actually somewhat familiar with the Somali, but I don't quite remember what this one is referring to. I don't remember what tech this is. It could be like an HP buff or something like that.
Sadly, I don't really play Ethiopians, but
Well, this is not an Ethiopian tech. It's a Somali native tech.
oh, it's the native. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure what that does.
Yeah, neither do I. Which is sad because the Somali is actually one of the natives I'm more familiar with. They have more text than any other native civ in the game. Haudenosaunee stuff. I was not expecting this to be front and center. Community Plaza. Healers may now socialize at the Community Plaza to improve benefits of ceremonies. Same effectiveness as villagers. This also applies to Lakota. So now you can have healers and stuff be like basically shitty warrior priests with half the effect and costing population. Woohoo.
That's actually pretty interesting, considering that they can have like a half villager, half healer nowadays. Because
Yeah,
if any of your villagers get damaged, they can just heal the villagers.
yeah, it does basically add 10 to their villager count, essentially. Because you just make 10 healers. Of course, they cost population, and warrior priests for Aztec do not. But that's still interesting. This literally is adding 10 to their villager build limit, but is only usable for the community plaza.
I feel like it also adds like another unit that we'll see more often, which is a healer.
Mm-hmm.
And to be honest, I've never seen like healers when I was playing against Haudenosaunee. So this is a really interesting change.
Healer's ceremony now spawns healers less quickly. This also affects the Lakota. Oh wow, okay. So in exchange for having basically an extra villager, they come out slower. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Harvest ceremony. Train speed bonus for military units is now considerably better, but the train speed bonus for economic units has been reduced. Is this referring to the fertility dance? This affects all civilizations. So I think they're nerfing the fertility dance here. So this affects like all the natives and their ability to just set a whole bunch of villagers on the fertility dance and just like produce out of one town center faster than 3 town centers. It looks like they are adding like they are adjusting the yeah, it looks like they're adjusting it so that the military ones produce even faster, but the economic ones produce even slower. Interesting.
Hold up. I might be reading this wrong, but it seems like the economic units are produced faster while the military units are produced a bit slower.
No, because it says the train speed bonus for units is being reduced. So fertility dance does not shave off percentages of time like say other things do. It increases the work rate for buildings rather than reducing the time. I know it's weird, but Mantlet. Cost reduced to 80 wood, 80 coin from 75 wood, 125 coin. Oh my god, that is a huge price reduction. Bounties adjusted accordingly. Ram no longer tagged as infantry. Whoa, really?
Actually interesting.
And hit points increased to 250 from 200s. They're really trying to give Haudenosaunee some extra options here. The Mantlet cost decrease is huge, and so is this. I mean, this means that your Rams are no longer going to be affected by artillery.
Yeah, we can all agree that we almost never see Manlets and Rams when we're playing against Haudenosaunee.
Which is shame, because they're like Haudenosaunee's coolest units.
I know, which is why like I think this change is pretty good to increase diversity, but we're gonna have to see how it goes.
Yeah. Of course, the Ram is still the Minutemen and stuff, and militiamen and warriors still get multipliers against Rams, so that's going to be their biggest threat still.
That's a huge buff, though.
It is a big buff. Basically, 25% base HP.
Yeah.
All right, the chief for a council member in Exploration Age to Commerce Age now ships 2 villagers down from 3. Okay, so that's slightly nerfing their early game eco. Honestly, I'm kind of fine with that because I've seen MFD. I've seen how MFD starts with Haudenosaunee. Have you watched one of MFD's like Haudenosaunee starts?
I'm not familiar with the MFD Haudenosaunee start. What is it?
Okay, he'll build a dock with his travois, and then chop and get like 4 fishing boats, and then age up with the chief for 3 villagers, ship 3 villagers, and then ship 5 villagers after that. And by 5 minutes and 30 seconds, he'll have 29 villagers. It's terrifying.
Dang, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's terrifying. And now he'll have 28, so yay me. That's that opening right there. When I saw that on his YouTube channel, that is what inspired us to ban Haudenosaunee from our series in the tournament against them. Alright, Infantry Attack renamed to War Hut Warrior Attack. Now only affects Hyena, Tomahawks, and Forest Prowlers. Interesting. So it's no longer a universal tag increase. Infantry hit point is the exact same thing. Infantry... Oh, that means it also no longer affects their Explorer. Whoa, okay.
Oh.
Infantry combat, same thing. So the Explorer just lost like 30% in bonuses. That kind of sucks. Siege Combat Age 3 added to Home City with expected icons. They have some new cards. Right? Yeah, look, they have a whole bunch of new cards here. Siege Discipline replaced with Beaver Wars. Okay, so they have a whole bunch of new cards that we can't quite see yet. That's unfortunate.
How many cards is that?
1, 2... Well, we'll have to see if some of them are, like, replacements. Like, obviously, this one right here is literally just says it's replaced, you know? And renamed Watape to... And added a new icon for the Canoes card in Age 2. But they have a replacement with Beaver Wars, which is an amazing card. Siege Construction. They had Engineering School removed.
Oh, I see.
And probably replaced with Siege Construction. Environmentalism. At least 2 of these are just replacements. So let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 new cards, it looks like. Environmentalism, North America Trade, Medicine Wheels, Wampum, Covenant Chain, Canadian Loyalists, and 22 Lenape allies. Oh, that's funny, because the Lenape don't appear on any maps. Except random. Except, unknown. That's the only map that they can appear in. They're so obscure to come by that I didn't even bother putting them in my native tier lists.
Wow, really?
Yeah. Oh, they had 2 light cannons in Age 4 removed from the home city. Oh, but they have Team 2 light cannons! Wow. Yeah. And then they have 3 healers in Age 2 added to Home City, kind of like the 3 Warrior Priests for Aztec, but infinitely worse.
It seems like the next few ones are the Mantlets increased.
Yeah, 7 Mantlets increased to 10. And then 6 Mantlets removed from Home City. And then Team 3 Mantlets in Age 3 added to Home City. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Alright, let's see here. Civilization balance. Priests and Imam. Priest and Imam. Okay, cost reduced to 100 coin.
Oh my god.
From 150. Bounties adjusted accordingly. Hit points reduced to 200 from 360. They just hardcore nerfed the fucking Mission Fervor Inquisition build.
Oh.
They almost halved the HP.
My god.
Oh my goodness. You know they saw my video and were like, nope, that's not allowed. They saw like the video where my 30 priests took on 30 vet musketeers and they were like, nope, gone. Bye.
Gone are the days where priests like do Dempsey rolls on falconets.
I mean, they would still kick ass with Mission Fervor. It's just that falconets would kill them in 3 shots instead of 5.
You know, Japan has like a card called Team Jujitsu,
Mhm.
and it increases every hand attack infantry or
Like
every...
punching infantry.
So I'm just imagining like priests like getting down and dirty with like the falconets and just wrestling them, doing arm bars.
With a bar of metal.
Yeah.
Wow, this change right here greatly impacts me. And I feel like this change right here is directly inspired by me. I feel like if I hadn't made all the Inquisition build orders, nobody would make this. I'm gonna have to, like, after the update comes out, I'm gonna have to see, like, if the priest rush is still viable, and whether or not it's still worth making a build order guide for it.
Yeah, because it seems like it's a 33% cost decrease, but it's a 50% like, or near 50% like,
Yeah.
nerf.
On the bright side, it does mean the Team Patriarchy card now reduces it to 50 coin, just like the Inquisitors. So what I think is going to change about the build order is when Russia sends like Team Patriarchy and then they build the Church for Mission Fervor, they're just also going to build a tavern and make a mixture of priests and Inquisitors.
Oh man, that's gonna be disgusting.
Right? Because it'll take a hell of a lot less eco to get that off the ground now, because now it's only 50 coin per Inquisitor instead of 100, instead of 75.
Yeah.
Alright, the Captured Mortar. Cost reduced to 450 coin from 500. Population cost reduced to 6 from 8. Yeah, I thought that the Captured Mortar costing 8 pop was a little silly, so glad to see that change.
Oh, I didn't know it costed 8 pop. That's ridiculous.
Yeah. Stealth ability. All units, but not buildings, will reveal a stealth done enemy if the enemy is within 2 range of it. What? Wow, so this means you can't just park an Eagle Scout in the middle of an army anymore and just be able to see where it is at all times. You have to actively avoid armies now with your stealth units.
It makes sense, but I'm scared that like it includes walls as well. So like if you do, I don't know, like,
no, it says not buildings, so you can be next to a building in stealth and it won't affect anything.
Oh, okay.
This means that you can no longer park like your native scout you got from a treasure in the middle of your dude's strellet mass to make sure it doesn't move anymore.
Honestly, I think that's a huge nerf to
all the native civs, basically.
Tashunka Prowler Knights or Tashunka Prowlers.
Yeah.
What do you do with that thing?
Yeah, that is a big nerf to Tashunki, but I'm fine with that, because fuck Tashunki. They're annoying. Trample mode. Self-damage for units in trample mode is reduced to 35% from 50. Wait, trample mode made you do damage to yourself? I never knew this.
What? That makes it even more useless. I didn't even realize they self-damage.
Self-damage 50% apparently, and now it's only 35, so it's better.
Is... okay.
Unit promotions. Unit promotion levels are now displayed under the unit's hit point bar whenever the unit's promotions have been selected or the Alt key is pressed. Okay. Okay.
So you see chevrons now. That's pretty cool.
So you see what?
You see like unit promotion chevrons if
you
press the Alt.
But you've always been able to do that.
I mean, you don't see the promotion bars with it.
Yeah, the chevrons. You always see them. I'm confused on what this changes.
Huh.
Heroes adjusted as follows: may no longer use the cover mode tactic. What?
A Chinese Bruce Lee with the cover mode.
That directly affects me as Aztec, all the China players, and all of the Inca players. That's a huge nerf to Aztec. I mean, I rarely use cover mode because like Aztec Explorer is just really good anyways. But removing that as an option entirely, I don't know if I like that. I thought that was like one of their biggest selling points, you know. But yeah, whatever. We'll see.
Personally, I'm not a huge fan of cover mode on any heroes, especially like civs with heroes with just greater base HP than the normal heroes. I think it's ridiculous how like a Chinese monk can take like I think it was upwards of 1400 effective HP plus like range resist. And if in H4 they send like a second monk, and both of them are just like wagging around in front of like musket fire and just taking bullets left and right.
Right, but that's what's so good about Aztecs. Just remove it for the Chinese. They don't need it. Aztec need it, and so do Inca. All right.
I don't know about that, man.
All right. African heroes no longer gain attack and hit point shadow improvements until the Industrial or Imperial. What? African heroes no longer shadow tech until Industrial Age?
That I want to get like their stats, but
they're only I think they're 450 base HP, just like the Chinese monk, only 400 extra. I wonder if this is literally just to compensate for the fact that like they have the fealty aura, and then they're going to improve the effectiveness of the fealty aura in exchange.
personally, I think I had like some inclination that they were a little bit too strong because when you're raiding African civs, they could basically use that as like a minor dragoon.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Super interesting though. I don't really play much the African civs. I know this is going to greatly affect Vindian. Like I know Vindian loves his Emir as Hausa, and he ships like 3 of them.
Yeah, and like added on to the fact that you can have more than one hero, you can have like a minor dragoon squad, and like they with shadow attacking upgrades,
and they never die.
Yeah,
super weird. I think they're going. I think I kind of sense like an increase to. I think with that I sense an upcoming, like we're gonna find it later, an increase to the fealty aura. All right,
I can see that happening.
Javelin Rider hit points reduced to 180 from 190. So wow, so it has the same base HP as the Eagle Runner Knight now. It's still 40 more than the Reuter.
Thank God. Ethiopians have this build where they could go Javelin Rider and Mounted Rifleman to just like binary comp everything. Oh, the next few changes, Platypus Slayer is really gonna like.
Alright, Armored Pistolier, initial HP reduced to 560 from 660. Man, they just love nerfing the shit out of the Armored Pistolier, don't they? It's the second patch in like 3 patches since Knights of Mediterranean where they've nerfed the Armored Pistolier.
I would say they were pretty.
They were broken. They were undeniably broken when they came out.
Yeah. Plus, the deflection is still there, so even if they have like 560, depending on how many units are around it, it could easily go up to 1,000.
Mm-hmm. Desert Archer now occupies 3 population instead of 2. Uh-oh, somebody call Vindian. Vindian is not gonna like this update. How much you want to bet that he's gonna go into the chat and be like, House is the worst, most underpowered civ in the game?
You know, I've always thought that the Desert Archer didn't need that many stat changes, and this patch actually, or this PUP actually kind of proved it. They weren't like that overpowered. It's just that they could fit too many populations.
Yeah, exactly.
Like as compared to like European or like Native American, American outlaws, like these guys are so pop efficient.
Yeah, they only cost 2 pop. Now they cost 3, and then they have a multiplier reduction to heavy infantry to 1.75. Desert Warrior now also occupies 3 population. Oh, so Ethiopia is hurting a little bit here.
Oh yeah.
And the Krabat adjusted as follows: reduced ranged armor resistance. Wow, it was a Dragoon with 25% range res? That's really high for a Dragoon.
Oh yeah.
The highest in the game, the highest of the Dragoon class, of at least like not in terms of like non-mercenaries, is still the Eagle Runner at 30%. And a ranged attack decreased to 30 from 43. Thank God! Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah.
I feel sorry for all the Italian buddies though who are going to be sending the Croatian company still.
It won't be the go-to shipment anymore. Maybe you might send Broken Lance, but to be honest,
Or Maltese.
We're most likely going to send Cravats anyways, even with these.
Melee cavalry damage multiplier reduced to 3 times from 4.5. Oof. Cossack Daredevil mounted fixed a bug where it was tagged as light range cavalry. Really? It's intended as a heavy cav unit. So it was countered by skirmishers when it was mounted. That's really funny.
I think this had to do with something, or I think Platt was the one that brought it up, where they did it in the tournament, and as Ottomans you send like irregulars, and they just like one-shot villagers or something.
Wow.
I forgot if it was either that or the Krabat, but one of the two.
The area of effect of its charge ability has been reduced to 2 from 3. I never really messed with the Cossack Daredevil, in all honesty. Dismounted melee attack reduced to 14 from 17. Cost increased. Apparently, they were the devs thought they were really fucking good. I had no idea. I've never used them. Inquisitor increased speed to 5.
Oh shit! You got your Inquisitor in buff.
Okay, hold on. That means that when you send Mission Fervor, they're going to have 5.75 speed. And that's the only thing they changed about the Inquisitor. They just made him faster. Okay, I think that alone keeps the priest build alive. It just means that the Russia player is going to have to make more than just priests now. But the priests are still useful for bullet sponges just because they have no tags.
It seems like the Inquisitor is just what was it? It's getting similar to the Rodolero. It has the heavy infantry tag, right?
Yes, it does.
Yeah, it's a lower costing Rodolero.
Yeah, basically. Mountain Monastery can now be built nearby capturable food windmills. Oh, so there apparently was an issue where if there was a coin mine too close to a windmill, then you just couldn't build a mountain monastery. Oh, that's kind of funny.
Personally, I still think that food windmills you should be able to build near it. It's the most annoying thing where you can't build wall segments around the food mills.
Oh, I never thought about that because I rarely ever build walls. Token Kopf Hussar, Royal Hanover Royal House, now starts with its Death Strike ability fully charged. Number of charged hits to fully charge it has increased to 8 from 4. This I honestly consider as a buff to Malta because the token coughs or whatever suck. The Hanover Allies card just sucks. And now, they have such a small amount of hit points that they usually died before they ever got their Death Strike ability. Now, they'll at least be able to get it off once before they still die. So
I do want to know how effective this is in like a semi-FF playstyle where you just pop these guys just for that ability and just raid villagers with it.
Yeah. Well, I usually use it in order to counter some artillery, and now they'll actually do a good job of that. As long as I keep them out of the enemy's sight until it's time to run in and hit the falconet,
Yeah.
Northern Musketeer from the Oldenburg Royal House. Build limit corrected to 16 from 12. Neat.
No, that's pretty cool.
Seminole Sharktooth Bowman now benefits from the target lock feature. Oh, cool. And attacks up to 33% faster the closer the target is to the unit. Neat. So they have the African effects. Cool.
I still think that the old natives, the legacy natives, need some buff.
Yeah,
they have 2 texts, and both of those texts are pretty outdated. One of them is I think.
Now, of course, one thing that is kind of neat about them though is that they provide XP trickles, and the European ones don't.
That is pretty interesting.
But it's not enough. It's still not enough.
Would you rather have an XP trickle
Or the big button, yeah.
Yeah, big button, 3 extra native text, another unit.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
The Trabant, the Wetton Royal House. These guys are kind of like shitty halberdiers with the deflection aura.
Oh yeah.
Received
Oh,
a charged pistol attack. Cost increased by 10 food. Melee damage increased to 22 from. Oh my god, that's a huge buff. Cavalry multipliers adjusted accordingly for no overall damage change against cavalry. Okay, so the Trabants are way better. They're actually like halberdiers, but good now.
these feel like the H4 Italian Papal Arsenal Papal Guards. This is actually really, really good.
Yeah.
You get them in H2, so like you get H4 Papal Guard at like 2 ages before it.
Now, my biggest issue with the Trabant is that when I was messing around with like natives, is that they just felt so weak, and like
Oh,
this helps that out a lot.
the original purpose of them was to guard artillery because if the hussars hit artillery, they soak like some of the damage. But now, like, they can just shoot the hussar off the horse.
Except the deflection aura doesn't affect artillery.
Oh my god! Really?
Yeah, it only affects infantry and cavalry and shock infantry and stuff. The only deflection aura that affects artillery is the one from the Papal Bombard.
Oh, I did not know that. That's interesting to know.
Yeah. The Klemoth Rifleman. This unit got reworked to be different from the Cherokee Rifleman it used to share identical stats with. Neat. The Klemoth Rifleman now costs 100 food, 300 wood from 60/60, and now has a build limit of 10. And apparently it's just a completely different unit now. Neat. Sure.
Hi.
I really wish it would say what the difference is, like it does with all of these things up here, but, whatever. Cards.
Just changed.
Infinite 7 sheep plus Homestead Wagon. This card now respects sheep build limit. So it's slightly worse now. Whoop-de-fucking-do.
Yeah. I've seen strats where this card is used, but to be honest, this is an age 1 card. No, not many people are going to send this.
Mission Fervor. Oh, they changed Mission Fervor. Effect updated to healing units train faster and gain more hit points. Significantly improves their healing speed.
Oh my god.
So it no longer gives them a speed boost. So that means that it no longer gives them a speed boost. So that means that our 5.75 Inquisitors are now are not going to exist. It's just going to be 5 speed.
Look at that HP buff.
Yeah, like 100% heal rate. That's pretty cool. I like that.
Yeah, that's right.
50% train speed also improves the arrival time of Basilica shipments of priests. So 50% HP up from 35% though. So that helps honestly with the priests with the priests like having lower HP. I mean, they still go from 365 to 360 to having like 486 HP with Mission Fervor, and now they'll go from 200 to 300. But that's a hell of a lot better than 200 to 270. That's still 300 HP for 50 coin, and now they train at double speed too.
Yeah.
And it improves the arrival time of Basilica shipments. That's kind of funny.
Okay, I just did some minor calculations, and before the nerfs with Mission Fervor, you get 486 HP priests.
Yes.
But
now it's 300. Now it's because it's 200 to 300. Which is a hell of a lot better than 270, which is what it would have been before. Oh, but it also means that they no longer have the speed to like outspeed. They no longer have the speed to just like outrun 4.5 speed units anymore.
Yeah, they can't like marathon sprint to a Falconetta and just punch them in the face.
Yeah, or they can't chase a Fulani mass because Fulanis have 4.5 speed. They're going to be stuck at 4.
Oh, yeah.
Which is, I think, going to suck. But you know what? The fact that it's double train speed makes me almost want to just like send Team Patriarchy and then just have both people mass the shit ton of Inquisitors. I think you'd get away with that, especially since with this plus 50% HP, that means with Mission Fervor right off the bat, the Inquisitors are going to have 225 HP, and that's before Spain gets like their combat card that boosts by 15% more HP. So with Spain, they're going to be better than ever. It's just going to be like Russia that has to completely change its playstyle to fit this now.
Man, with like 50% train speed, I'm just imagining like you turn your colony into like a cultist haven, and like I'm just imagining that village from Resident Evil 4, where like everyone is just infected with Las Plagas and just rushing at like the dude with a gun.
So it's so funny to me that like with these changes, this makes the priest part of like the priest Inquisitor rush worse, but it makes the Inquisitor part of the Inquisitor rush so much better. To the point where it's almost like it almost seems better just to monocomp Inquisitors.
Yeah.
All right, Town Watch unit line of sight increased to 3 from 2. Cost reduced to 150 food from 200. Okay, I'm not sure.
Italy.
Right, isn't this the like isn't this the church tech that increases like line of sight on buildings or whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah, but nobody sends that except for Italy. So this is just buffs to Italy. It's just cheaper settlers now. Bandit Gang and Outlaw Band no longer ship treasure guardians along with outlaws. Interesting.
Is that the U.S.
Yeah, that's
outlaw?
that's like the one that sends. I think this is referring to like the Reno gang or whatever, where it sends like a 7 amount of like random outlaw units that USA and Mexico have. Team Alta California Territory can now be shipped even if the player is at or above the cow build limit. I'm not sure what that card is. Oh well. Royal Scots Grey Hanover Royal House now causes Death Strike ability to be charged with 4 hits instead of 8 hits. Previously, this technology caused the Hussar to start with their Death Strike ability fully charged. So yeah, big improvement here. The actual Hanover Royal House is much improved now. And the Hanover Allies card actually has some use because it's at least some short-term high burst damage that you can use with the Death Strike ability when you send that with Malta. So that you can actually like counter some artillery, maybe hopefully before your units die.
I do want to see like how the Totenkopf Hussars nowadays compared to like normal Hussars.
They're shit. They have less attack than Hussars and less HP than Uhlans.
Nothing like Uhlans.
Yeah, they have like 170 base HP. It's bad.
Perfect.
It looks like they're really trying to buff Habsburg here, reducing one of their techs by a good like 20%. It looks like.
I like how that tech you research is literally the Austro-Hungarian Empire.
That seems a little bit of a big name for like a minor native civilization tech.
Yeah, I know, right?
What would you like what would you like from our little humble house here? I want an entire empire. Like, what? All right, royal tax now grants 35 coin from building, up from 25. Oh, right, that's the bourbon one that gives you a shit ton of coin for every building you have.
Yeah, but no one ever researches it because 25 coin per building is like nothing.
Yeah, well, it's a big improvement. That's a 40% coin increase, basically. Royal Saxon Grenadiers, from Wetton House, reduced to 500 from 600, whatever. Filiki Eteria from the Feanor Royal House, cost reduced to 800. Okay, so these are just random techs. Now 2P can inflict poison damage. That's kind of cool. Now allows Carib blowgunners to inflict poison damage. Oh, nice! So we got Carib blowgunners with poison damage too.
Oh, I was talking to Dunamai about this, where what was it? The Carib blowgunners didn't have the poison, but I think he was the one that said that they were famous for using like the poison on those things.
Yeah. Because that was a big thing with like Indiana Jones, if I remember correctly, right?
Oh, really?
Yeah, well, the Carib blowgunners were like shooting poison darts everywhere. They might not have been Carib; they might have just been using blowgunners, and I could just be like, whatever, you know. But yeah. Klemoth Huckleberry Feast now sends 150 food and crates every 3 minutes, up from 100. That's a big buff. But all of the Klemoth stuff is just so much better now. Now,
that's a lot of Klemoth buffs.
Wait, Klemoth Work Ethos now also improves gather rates of Klemoth Rifleman. Okay, so this tech here increased your gather rate across the board by 10%. It's basically economic theory, but as a native tech. But now this says that it affects the gather rates of Klemoth Rifleman. That means when they say they changed the type of unit Klemoth Rifleman is, it's a gathering unit now, kind of similar to the Royal Huntsman.
Oh, interesting. What does it gather? Berries?
I don't know. It used to just be like a Cherokee Rifleman reskin, but now it's a gather unit that also shoots, essentially. Huh. Which means you could use the Klemoth now to like boost your eco, because all of their stuff is food crates, gather rates, and now apparently gatherers. They're a super eco-focused native civ.
That's very interesting.
It is interesting. Some Guerrilla Wars. This is, I think, the one that increases like archer damage by 20%. It got increased. Now increases the Sentinel Sharktooth siege range. Oh wait, no. This is the one that gives the Sentinel Sharktooth a 4x multiplier against buildings.
Yeah. Oh, they increase the siege range now
by 6.
Hardened longbow siege archery archers.
Yeah, so they'll be able to have 12 siege range with 40 siege in Age 2. That's kind of terrifying.
That's awesome.
They finally got a third tech! Yay! A third technology has been... it doesn't tell us what it does. God fucking damn it.
Well, it might have something to do with making them invincible.
And Maya Pyramids is... so Maya also got a third tech. So yay! Now all of them have at least 3 techs. Thank God.
It's actually pretty cool. Right as we said that like legacy natives are lacking in tech, they just add these techs.
Yeah, more techs. Now they all have at least 3. Thank God.
Yeah, thank God.
Chinese starting resources now begin with a goat. Previously a semi-fattened goat. Okay, so they can no longer just eat the goat to age up faster. They have to fatten it with the village first. Mm-hmm. Meteor Hammer, bonus damage against artillery reduced to 1.34. Nice. I am A-okay with any China nurse that come in.
I love my meteor hammers. This is a sad
Blockhouse from Russian Relations, reverted ability to train castle banner armies. Okay, so it didn't used to do train castle banner armies, and then they changed it when they changed China so that it could, and now it can't again.
I'm pretty sure this used to... You could train castle banner armies in Legacy.
Oh, could you? Oh, well, you can't anymore.
Yep.
And it got a cost increased in export too. So they're really trying to slow down China here. You know, you need more export to do things. It's gonna take a little bit longer to get to Age 2. T export has its trickle reduced by, oh my god, that is a big reduction.
That's a big nerf.
That's a big nerf. It's going to take 4 seconds to get 1 export from T export. I don't know how worth it that card is anymore. I'm going to have to change one of my build orders, because one of my build orders relied on that card.
Well, it's a good thing I don't use that card.
11 Chengdao reduced to 10, 17 reduced to 16, 18 reduced to 17, blah, blah. Small changes. Okay.
I'm actually they reduced the 11 Chengdao instead of the 11 Arquebusiers, because that further increases China's weakness to heavy cav, even though it's just 1 dude less.
Yeah, that's true. Honestly, though, this triple set of changes here, or these quadruple set of changes here, 3 of them just slow China down, and the 4th one just makes it so that you can maybe possibly use the artillery against them at some point in the game.
Yeah, like the meteor hammer to artillery nerf is actually pretty big, because China already has like some trouble dealing with like a 2 push, but like expands the weakness like way more. So like now you have 2 glaring weaknesses of China, which is artillery and heavy cav.
Which honestly they need, because sometimes it feels like they can just overpower your heavy cav by making more heavy cav of their own.
That is true.
All right, Ethiopia. Uh, Zebenya's siege armor improvement reduced to 5% from 10%. Hit point improvement reduced to 10% from 15%. I don't know what this card did before. It improved something by 10 siege resistance and 15% hit points, but it no longer does that, and I don't know what it is.
Neither do I.
Are you able to pull up the game and check?
Give me a sec.
And Loyal Warriors moves to the Fortress Age. So it's an Age 1 cards. Check both of those. I'm going to keep going, though.
Alright, yeah, sure.
Hausa Air Berbers Age 2 also moved to the Fortress Age. So we have a couple cards from Ethiopia and Hausa that are just moved around. Inca. Haraka adjusted as follows. Added a 2 times artillery multiplier to all of its attacks. Yes, that's what the Haraka needed. Bonus against infantry reduced to 1.5 from 2 times. Nice. Okay, so that's
infantry attacking now.
One more time.
The worst against infantry.
Yeah.
I wonder how he is gonna feel about that.
So it's gone from 40. It went from 40 damage base with no multipliers to 20 damage base, but with 40 damage to infantry. And now it's 20 damage base with 30 to infantry and 40 to artillery. I still consider that a buff, in all honesty. Because I know a lot of Inca players were complaining that they had no counter to artillery. You know? And now they do.
Yeah, it's pretty reasonable.
All range attacks now benefit from the target lock feature. That's huge. That right there is huge. That's going to make them feel so much smoother with their range. Priestess adjusted as follows. Conversion rate now improves upon reaching the Fortress and Industrial Ages by +5, up from 4.5, and by +5 upon reaching the Imperial. Previously didn't improved. This makes their maximum range 27 and should make them a formidable force against expensive units. Oh, okay, so they can convert units from, oh my god, 27 range in the Imperial Age? That's terrifying.
Jesus. Okay, I just searched up the Loyal Warriors, and Loyal Warriors do...
What? Hello? I think...
They make outlaws, mercenaries, and native units 15% cheaper, including shipments of them.
Okay, so that got me to the Fortress Age. Ouch. And then check the Fortress Age Ethiopia shipment, Zebenya's.
Okay, right now it's 15% HP to Nefenia's and 10 siege armor to Nefenia's.
Okay, so it's no longer it's above to Neftenia's. Now it's 5% siege and siege resistance and 10% HP. Got it.
Yeah.
And then check Air Berbers for Hausa H2. You find it?
Give me a sec. All the cards are weird.
Okay.
Berbers are ships a Berber nomad villager for each trading post and town center you control.
Interesting. Okay, well, that's been moved to the Fortress Age. Ooh, okay, here we go. We got more spicy civilizations. This is the Italian changes. I'm sure this is something that everybody's going to be interested in. Hey.
Oh, I like the first line right there.
Shipment XP cost penalty reduced to 1.05 from 1.08. That is nice. That's going to feel so... that all the Italy players are going to notice that pretty much immediately. Because I know for goddamn sure, every time I switch to playing India, I notice how much slower I get shipments.
Yeah, the shipment curve would really help out with the papal as well as the shipment thing.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm really hoping that we see a reduction to the papal, like to the basilica shipment like arrival time.
Yeah, I hope to see more papal units because those things look fucking cool.
Yeah, they are super cool, and I feel like that's like what Italy is supposed to be based around, but you can never get enough of them, you know?
Yeah, you almost never see anything except exclusively papal lancers on ranked or ladder.
Yeah. Architect, adjusted as follows. Coin cost reduced to 170 from 200. Training time improved to 25 seconds from 35, so it's the same as a villager now. Now constructs Lombards in 100 seconds, down from 120. Okay, cool. Small buff to the Architect and Lombards. Neat. Lombard. Investments now deposit 250 resources, down from 300. Investment cap increased to 5,000 from 3,000. So you can do it in smaller increments now. I honestly feel like a lot of people are going to be a little bit more comfortable investing resources now.
Yeah, it's not like a huge dump into like a thing where you miss macroed and have to use a Lombard to save you.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that 50 extra food might be the difference between training 4 musketeers and 5 musketeers, you know?
Yeah, we'll have to see how it goes going forward.
Cards, 7 Pavasiers increased to 8. So that makes the 8 Pavasier shipment much, much stronger than the 8 crossbow shipment now, because previously, 8 crossbow would probably just beat it out anyways, just because of the extra dude.
Yeah.
Team House of Savoy. Are you still in game, by the way?
Yeah.
Check this card. It's no longer infinite, whatever it is.
I'm pretty sure that
it's H3.
I'm pretty sure off the top of my head that's the Team 4 Pistoliers, but I'm gonna check anyways.
I'm pretty sure that card's just called Team 4 Pistoliers, right?
Nope, it actually is the Team Pistolier.
Oh, okay. Honestly, that's fair. Me and my buddy were thinking about like a really stupid way we could get 4 Italy players to H3 and just spam that card.
Oh my god, that card is pretty broken in rank because
yeah, it's a 16 Pistolier shipment that's infinite.
Yeah, it offers the deflection just constantly against like civs that really would abuse it, like Ethiopia.
Right. Yeah, I never thought about that. Because like Malta and Italy are kind of balanced around the idea of having it, but other civs are not.
Yeah.
25 Bourbon allies. This card no longer activates the guard upgrade for these units. Also affects the Malta civilization. Cool.
No,
I never sent that card anyway. So. Are Bourbon 25 Bourbon allies? Does that deliver 25 musketeers?
Yeah, it delivers 25 musketeers and puts them in guard mode. But it's the native musketeers.
Right, yeah, I'm aware of that. Yeah. But those native musketeers have a charged action, my friend.
Yep, it's a pistol.
So no longer gives them the guard upgrade. I never knew that card existed. That seems like a stupid broken card.
It is great.
Well, now it's not. Here, have 25 Age 2 musketeers in Age 4. That you can't upgrade.
Keep in mind that 25 musketeers don't take pop cap.
Yeah, that's true. Lakota, starting civilization. Starting resources. Adjusted to 400 food, 100 wood, 100 coin. So they lost 100 wood.
Hopefully you can't... the changes here make it so that you can't rush in 350 or something.
Yeah. TP, gather rate bonus, adjusted to 10% from 12.5. Cool. Slight nerf to their ego.
Nice.
Bowrider, now inflicts 0.75 to villagers, down from 1 times. Wow! After 17 years, Bowriders finally joined the rest of Dragoons in having a negative multiplier on villagers. What a change.
What a change. Hopefully we see the same with Japan's Ashigaru.
It's still higher than other Dragoons, because most Dragoons have 0.5. But that's... wow, what a change, man.
Just going after the hated units one after another.
And Tushunki Prowlers moved to the Industrial Age from Fortress.
I am not opposed to that, considering how much grief that has given me on the ladder.
Alright, Legendary Wakinas now get an extra range. Bone Pipe Armor now grants 10% Siege Armor, up from 5%, sure.
These are H4 buffs to Lakota, right?
I'm not sure what Bone Pipe Armor is, but Legendary, that's referring to their H5 upgrade.
Oh, H5, got it.
Great Hunter, Age 2, now grants 10% of the food granted so far, again, down from 12.5. Okay. 4 Tashunki Prowlers removed from the home city in Age 3. Yeah, because they're trying to keep them Age 4.
Yeah.
Dakota supports. Moved to the Industrial Age. Cost increased to 1,500 coin from 1,000. Now ships 10 Tashunki from 5.
Oh, that's interesting. Holy crap. 10 Tashunki.
Is this the card that increased the Tashunki build limit?
Give me a second.
It's one of their support cards, so it should be easy to find. Friendly Territory now causes TPs to increase the range of nearby military units by 10%. What? So the TPs provide them a range bonus now?
Minor thing. Dakota support is the one that gives the Tashunki Prowler 25% HP.
Okay, so now it's moved to Age 4. It costs more, but it delivers 10 Tashunki now.
Nice.
They have their Age 1 card that like increases what the TPs do. Now also makes it so that it gives their units extra range.
Holy crap, that's ridiculous.
It's so good. Earth Bouncy, Age 1, moved to Fortress Age. Now trickles 2.5 coin per second, previously 0.65. It is previously 0.65 wood and 0.65 coin. Okay, so it lost the wood trickle, but then like tripled the coin trickle.
Holy crap, that's a double cap or near double capitalism shipment, isn't it?
Something like that. I know it pentupled it almost.
Yeah.
Quadrupled it. That's the thing that's more accurate. Oh, now boosts estate work rate by 20% up from 10%. So this is now like a really big coin gather card. But it's locked till Fortress Age now instead of the first age.
Yeah.
Still an improvement if you ask me. I don't think anybody was sending that in Age 1.
Yeah, definitely. This is like a treaty card if it was in Age 1.
Yeah. Advanced Captured Mortars now ships 3 Captured Mortars down from 4. Now reduces the Captured Mortar population but cost by 1, so from 6 to 5. Cost increased to 750 coin. Okay, neat. They got Fur Trade.
Oh, Fur Trade.
North American Trade added to Home City. Medicine Wheels added to Home City. So yeah, they got some new cards. Both of these cards, I believe, were also added for Haudenosaunee.
Yeah, that's what I noticed. I don't know what they do, though.
Neither do I. So. But considering I think they also have Medicine and Adoption, and if Medicine Wheels sounds like it does something similar, that's combining all those would be pretty hilarious.
That would be pretty interesting. I do want to see what the new Lakota and the Haudenosaunee will be up to in the ladder.
Mm-hmm. Maltese Depot increased build time to 20 and trigger detonation time to 5 seconds. No!
Thank God.
They nerfed depots! Man, those are like my jam! How could they do that?
One of the most toxic thing I've ever seen.
One more time?
Your depots are some of the most toxic things I've ever seen.
Oh, the way I use them?
Yeah, you just surround my base with them.
Right, what's the issue?
Ugh.
Okay, well, all this means is that I'm even more incentivized to send the sheep card. So, in the end, it's a buff because I get to see the sheep more.
Well, the devs just reinforced, what was it? Your mentality on the depots were good if they're built as like a locking out mechanism.
Alright, cards. Higher Royal Horseman. Fixed an issue that allowed the card to be sent 3 times. What the fuck? Can only be sent once as intended.
Wait, what is that card?
It's literally a Royal Horseman mercenary shipment. They're mercenary cuirassiers.
At what age?
4. Apparently, there was a bug that could allow it to be sent 3 times. Now it can only be sent once.
Oh, what the? That's interesting.
Nice! Okay, 7 Sentinels increased to 8, 8 Sentinels increased to 9, both in Age 3. That's super good, because, like, those shipments were stupid lackluster in Age 3.
Yeah.
British Tongue now ships 10 Longbowmen, up from 9. Nice, nice, nice. Spanish tongue now ships 9 Lancers up from 8. This is what I was talking about earlier, literally today, is that Malta's big issue wasn't like its eco and it wasn't its units, it was its unit shipments that just weren't good enough. And look at this. They just have a buff to all of their unit shipments. They get
all the tongue shipments, actually. That's interesting. Every tongue shipment got buffed, including the guard cuirassiers.
Oh, they didn't buff the German one. They also didn't buff the Russian one.
Oh yeah, not those.
13 veteran Cassador up from 11. 9 guard cuirassiers up from 8. Flintlock rockets now increases Sentinel stats and cost by 45%. Yes! They're perfect. They're perfect. Just never touch the Sentinels again. They are at the perfect spot balance-wise now.
Wow, that is crazy.
They are perfect. This will turn them into 1.5 of a musketeer. The perfect Strelative Soldado representation unit. Just don't touch them again, Forgotten Empires, please.
I'm actually surprised that the Sentinels got buffed, but I never really thought bad of them or good of them for any reason. So maybe we'll see more.
It's funny because in the base version of Malta, this was 50%, and then everybody was like, "Oh my god, that's broken!" And so they without ever actually trying Sentinels out, and so they nerfed it to 25%, and Sentinels were shit when they came out. And then they increased it to 35%, and I was like, okay, this is pretty good now. Especially because they also had a shadow change where they made it so that Sentinels could get access from socket bayonet because previously they couldn't. Which is really big because they have 18 base hand attack, which is the highest of any musketeer except for soldados, basically.
That's interesting.
And now it's back up to 45%, almost at what it was when Malta was about to come out. That's really funny. Ottomans, 1 covered wagon in Age 3 removed from home city. Woo! Yeah!
Oh god, the bottom threat removed.
Booyah! Fuck you, Otto! Holy crap! These are some big buffs to Malta. Although I'm really sad about the depot because honestly, I use depots more than I use any of these cards.
That is so funny. Speaks to volumes of how depot's a fucking great building. Am I right?
They're so good, but it just means I need to send the sheet more. That's all it means, you know. All right.
Covered wagon removed is actually pretty interesting.
Because Ottomans did send that card.
Yeah, but they didn't send it in a 1v1. I feel like it's more
a team,
a team.
Team thing. Swedes contracts French Fusiliers. Moved to the Fortress Age. Cost adjusted to 1,000 coin up from 400, and now ships 7 Fusiliers up from 3.
Tio is gonna be sad about that.
Honestly, it makes it better just because, Fusiliers in Age 2 sound good, but nobody can keep up with the cost of 300 per unit, in Age 2.
They were Age 4 units in Age 2. That's if China had a Iron Troop shipment in Age 2.
Yeah, the 3 Fusilier shipment itself was busted, and then the ability to train them was just so complete and utter dog shit because it was Age 2. So this will make it a little bit more rounded now,
Yeah, I agree with this. Fusiliers in Age 3 seem way more reasonable than Age 2.
Mm-hmm. Carbine Cavalry now benefits from the target lock feature. Thank God, because it was super annoying when you would get the first shot off and then they would run away, and your second shot that the Carbine Cavalry is supposed to get as a benefit just wouldn't work. Because, they're out of range now, so you just did half damage. I'm like, fuck me, right?
I didn't realize that was the reason why my dudes never killed Cap.
Yeah, Carbine Cavalry suck, man. They've received nothing but buff after buff after buff, and they're still not very good.
Yeah.
Shotgun Messengers. Oh, this card. This is also for Mexico. Mexico has this as well. So this card has also received buff after buff after buff, and I'm pretty sure even after this one, I haven't read it yet, it's still going to be bad.
I'm pretty sure this is the card that gives your trade post ATP ability at Age 2. Come on.
No, so Shotgun Messengers gives your trade post a charged action.
Yeah,
That's area of effect. It's area of effect. They do like 110 damage or something like that with 2 area of effect. But the charged action, get this, has a 15-second cooldown, which means it's only going to fire once before the building's just gone. And it used to be locked till the Industrial Age.
Wow, that is something ridiculous.
They buffed it by moving it to the Fortress Age, but it's still shit there because it can't kill anything.
So it got moved to the Colonial Age?
Well, no, it's still in the Fortress to this day.
Jesus.
This card now also sends 4 Cowboys and Alhoots, but does not. Oh, this does not affect the card unlocked by Mexico Civilization's Baja California, which has been renamed to Coach Guns. Interesting. So now instead of having a shitty charge attack that you can't get until age 3, you can get a shitty charge attack you can't get until age 3, along with about 60 fucking population worth of units that are not good and don't scale well. They made the card worse. Oh, it's so funny. Random maps.
I'm pretty sure no one's still gonna use it.
But nobody's gonna use it. We got 3 new maps.
Oh, nice.
Standard maps and team maps can now be filtered in the map selection screen. Yeah. Added Finland, Lithuania. Oh, a whole bunch of maps to the standard map set. Nice. We're going to see a lot more maps. Oh, removed California, Himalayas, Ozarks, Priennes, Saxony. They removed Saxony from standard maps?
Oh, yeah. The map literally looked like a cross.
No. Saxony was the one that had the S-shaped river that had the trade line on it.
Oh, that one.
Yeah, it's gone now.
It's a big shame.
Yeah, I kind of like Saxony. I'm kind of sad about that. Oh, but we do have Portugal here, and I do agree that Portugal should be in the standard map set. It's a really good map. And Finland is really cool, too.
Does the standard map set, is that the one on the ladder, or is it just on...
No, ladder use is competitive. Standard map set is just, like, the one that's at the base when you do casual matches.
Got it.
Team map set added Siberia, Ozarks, and Pomerania, and then removed all of these.
Wow. No one likes Wallachia, huh?
No. But hey, we're going to see Finland more often, so cool. And we're going to see Portugal. I really like Portugal. It's a good map.
I do not like Finland, but whatever.
Map changes. Okay, none of these really matter. Archipelago is now available for single player. It's kind of funny. Yeah, none of these really matter. Oh, Eurasian Steppe. Let's see if this map is better now. Generals can now build the first town center, but only the first. Wait. So generals can't build town centers for Mexico and USA.
Oh.
So does that mean that you had to do it with your settlers on Eurasian steppes with USA and Mexico? It's so funny.
Holy crap, if you just pick like the wrong civ like before, it's automatic loss.
That's so funny. Eurasian Steppes is such a bad map, man. Horn. Oh, we got a second coin mine on Horn. That's cool. Yeah, I can't really see. Yukon, Klemoth settlements now spawned in place of Cree settlements. Oh, neat.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I think that's it. So, Malta Changes, they all seem like a buff, and I love the Sentinel buff, but oh my god, I just can't get over the nerf to depots, man. That hurts me. That hurts my soul. I am a depot spammer at heart, and I love myself some depots. And the fact that it's going to be a little bit worse now, I'm just going to have to find a way to deal with it, you know?
I'm just super sad at the Meteor Hammer nerf to artillery. That makes me super sad.
Oh, I give no fucks and hold no sympathy for you. But man, all of the tongue cards and then the Sentinel buffs as well, the Sentinel cards, this is really nice right here. Like, 9 Sentinels might actually be a card I send from time to time, you know? This is just like when they buffed the 8 fire thrower card to 9 fire thrower. Like, I started adding that to all of my decks immediately. And, maybe putting, like, 8 and 9 Sentinels in Age 3, you fast Fortress and send those cards back to back to back while you train them, kind of like you do with Skirmishers, You could probably get some good stuff going there.
Yeah, I've always felt Malta needed some buffs, but I just didn't have the Civ knowledge to say what type of buffs they needed. This is actually pretty good.
Yeah. I still wish that they got like a Culverin shipment in H3, but it's whatever. I'm still super sad about the depots. This breaks my heart.
I'm just looking at the Swedes, the 2 Fusilier shipment. I just think that's like the most hilarious they could change for Swedes at the moment.
Right?
Like, I don't think Swedes is to be honest, I don't think Swedes is that good on the ladder or like in the current game state. But just the fact that they just got this thing like just nerf after nerf, I think it's hilarious.
Oh, this one isn't a nerf. I actually think this makes them better because 7 Fusiliers is much like more oomph to it.
I don't think you would want to send Fusiliers in H3.
I think you would. Fusiliers are fast, man. They're really fast.
Yeah, but they overlap with Corollians in like the similar role.
Yeah, whatever. Well, that is the video for today. Thank you for joining me, Les.
Yeah, no problem.
And have a great day.